There are a lot of ways to create your titles on YouTube, but some are better than others. So today, I want to talk about one of the most common strategies that gets used by some of the biggest creators on the platform. It's a strategy that includes concepts such as Outlier Theory, understanding your title's stem, and structuring it in a way that is extremely easy to understand for viewers. So let's get into it. First, let's talk about the most common way that titles get structured for top videos. And we're going to look at both entertainment as well as educational examples. So here I've collected two videos that we can use as a matter of an example. Both educational in the first case, this is a video by A-Stream, and the second a video by Jeremy, fitness influencer, and it's more like an educational video. So if we look at these titles here, what we can notice is that they have a structure to it that is quite easy to break down. So let's begin with the first element of a title structure. It's the topic. Now this is the most obvious one, but it's very important to think about because topic often decides who is potentially interested in your videos. Anybody can be interested in products, but this is specifically Minecraft products. So that's what we would consider the main topic. It's Minecraft product. And in the second case, we have a mobility routine. So I would say that's your main topic here. Fix your sit. It's sitting that could be considered a topic, but the main thing that stands out here is the mobility routine. Later on, we're gonna again address how to figure out which topic is better than others. The second thing that these titles have is what we call a format. Now, a format is the way or the structure in which we present the topic. So if we look in the first case, we can say the topic was Minecraft here or Minecraft products. And then the format that we have here is I bought something. That's the format. So I bought topic products, right? I bought X products or products from X. That would be considered the format in which we do it. So if you have your own video here, and let's say you make a video about another game, like let's say Counter-Strike, you can say, I bought Counter-Strike skins. If you don't know what that is, it's something in-game that you could get. I'm now describing this in terms of entertainment, but as it works, whether you're gaming, maybe even you're a vlog, then your format could be, I went to the largest church, right? The largest church is the topic here, and then the I went to is the format in which we do things. So if we go to our second example here of the mobility routine, which is the topic of the video, then we can say the behavior to fix your sit. That could be the format. But in this case, sitting, like I said earlier, could also be considered part of the topic by itself to fix your why or to fix your, and then we could say common behavior. So if we want to start creating variations, we could be the 10-minute exercise to fix your back. That would be, in this case, a way to deal with the format and to insert new topics in it that your audience may be interested in. The change here, as you noticed, I didn't include most expensive or perfect within the topic or the format. And that's because these are considered power words. Now, power words are a way to take our main topic, such as Minecraft products or the mobility routine, and give them some extra strength. And often they could be the reason why a video gets interesting or loses its viral potential. Minecraft products by themselves don't really have an emotion to it. It could be cool, it could not be cool. But if we add like a power word, and this could be on a scale from very safe, for example, like the safest Minecraft products, cursed could be another, the most cursed, you could say cursed or most cursed. That way is like, oh, even more extreme. It's power word. We add that to our topic and it changed the value. Or we could go here to the most dangerous or dangerous, which would be our power word, is dangerous Minecraft products. Or in this case, let's say most cursed is maybe we say most blessed Minecraft products. And that way it's like, okay, that's the opposite. And these things alone could be the reason why videos have a lot more viral potential, simply because we added some power words. So in this case, we had most expensive is the power word to make it more distinct and also add some emotional value to any of the topics that we're using, or sometimes it contributes to the format as well. And then if we take the example here, we get the perfect mobility routine, and that won't work fairly well here because that's exactly what people are looking for, especially if you want to be helped. But let's say you want to make it something more sensational. You could say the worst mobility routine to unfix your sit, for example. That's a possibility that we can do here as well. Again, it's a way to just lift things up and make them more exciting for the viewer. So if we take all these three components together, then we can use that one in order to create very exciting video ideas. Let's say that I have YouTube titles. In this case, I say how to write a X, right? That's my format, and YouTube titles. And my video becomes a total of how to write a YouTube title. Now that by itself doesn't really sound too exciting. So we might start adding things like viral, right? Like add a little bit of a power word. So we have our format, how to write a something, how to write a script, how to write an outline for your video, how to write a YouTube title. You know, this is something that people will find fascinating, hopefully. And I mean, this video is about YouTube titles, and viral would add this. Now I could change this. I could just how to write the most viral. But one of the things to think about here is that in certain cases, this could come across as overselling yourself. So sometimes that's good, sometimes that's not good. And that's where we get to the next part of this video, which is trying to figure out exactly which topics to use, which formats to go for, and which power words are best for you to use. So in this part, I want to explain to you how we know the viral potential for each of these videos or these video titles, because we know what these are here, but let's take a look at where they come from. And there's two things I have to explain. One is I want to teach you about a concept called Outlier Theory. It's a very common theory that gets used right now to figure out its viral potential of certain videos. And then we're talking about the second element, your total addressable market. That's what TAM stands for. So in short, what we're actually trying to figure out, how much potential does it have here to reach beyond your audience, and how much audience is available for this topic, this format, or these power words. So let's begin with the Outlier Theory and what this is and how it works. So when we go to the channel that this video, my example video, came from here, you can see this video over here. We can see when we sort by latest which videos get uploaded, and we can see the time frame. For Outlier Theory, we try to figure out within a certain time frame, when we sorted by upload date, is which videos scored better than the surrounding videos uploaded around the similar time frame. So if we look at this one, for example, here we have 2.2 million views. Here we have 1.6 million views. So this one in a shorter time frame is doing better than the Minecraft product. When we look even further here, we see that there's nearly 5 million views in 3 weeks, which is not much older than this one, but it's significantly more views. Now, if we look back here, we see cartoon hearts, or the Minecraft bot format combined with the cartoon hearts topic. We see that that only scores 800,000 views, which is significantly less than these 3 videos, which are younger in its age. And then we can go further, and we see here 2.3, 2, 2.6. This channel seems to have an average of about 2 million, maybe 2.2 million, right? Based on these alone. Now, if we go further, we could see if it goes down or up. It seems like 2 million is very common. Sometimes we have under that, sometimes we higher than that. Outliers are these kind of videos. This one has 5 million views. So it had more reach than its typical video in the same time frame. We're not talking about most popular, because yeah, here we can find videos that have 15 million views and stuff. So we want to check it relative to the videos that get uploaded at the same time frame. So if we go back, this one here, we see that 4 million, 3.6, 3.2, 400K. That's a negative outlier. It's a terrible one. Here, what we see is that this one stands out again. If we say that there was a 2 to 5 million average, then we can see that Infected Sky here, or how long can Infected Sky get, the format and the topic combination here, had outlier potential. Also, if we look at the other channel here as well, we can also see that some of these videos stand out. Now, this one seemed to be almost a little bit above average compared to its normal amount of views. But then if we look here, we see 4.4 million views, which is significantly more than the videos uploaded around the same time frame. Now here, he's got a bunch of them in the 2 mil range, but again, this is double the amount of views. So it shows more outlier potential. Now, here's the thing about outlier potential. Outlier potential is a great thing to think about, because what we're simply looking at is our core audience is a certain amount, you know, let's say 2 million, 2 million, 2 million, 2 million, and then 5 million. If we want to take this here, then we can figure out likelihood for our own channel to start scoring better. Now, there is one little thing though that you do need to know. We don't really know whether the outlier potential here came from the format, or if it was the topic, or maybe it was even the combination of the format and topic, or the power word had an impact, right? So what we actually want to do in our analysis, and this video would be way too short for this one, but we want to go through multiple channels using these formats. So we want to look at other channels that have the perfect mobility routine. And what we want to figure out is, okay, if we use the same topic but a different format, so format number 2 here, does the topic still cause outliers? And if the answer is yes, there's still outliers with the same topic with different formats, then we know that, hey, that's a really good thing. But we want to also do the same type of data analysis for the other thing. We want to check for formats, and we want to enter that format with different topics. You know, maybe it was not a mobility routine here. Maybe it was the perfect back exercise to fix your back. When you think about your outliers, you really want to think about, what about your video made it an outlier. Now, there are more layers to this one. It's not good for this video. Just for now, I'm gonna say, think about your format, your topics, your power words, and then look for outliers with each of them. But it's not just outliers. There's also total addressable market, or TAM, and that's our second part here. Many people actually mainly focus on outliers, but outliers isn't the only thing, because I could find an outlier on a very small channel. Somebody that scores 5K views, 5K views, and then suddenly 20K views, and then 5K views and 5K views. But if I was this first channel who typically pulls in 2 million views, I don't even know if this format or this topic has the potential to even reach a large market. If 2 million people that are going to be interested in this topic or this format, we don't always know that. We try to figure out if there is proof that the most expensive of something or your topic or your format has scored a lot of views in the past on other channels. Sometimes you have the data, sometimes not. So let's take a look here. The easiest way to do that is you can just type most expensive here, and then we can see that there's most expensive luxury items, most expensive diet, most expensive take on the internet, and all of them have millions, like high millions views. This one even has 73 million. Now, yes, it is beast, but here's Mr. Who's Boss, that's 17 million. We've got most expensive item, we get Ryan does it as well. So we can look through these things and we can figure out, okay, that seems to have a very big total addressable market, which is good. So if we have outlier potential and that's doing well enough for us, and there's a large total addressable market or a big total addressable market, then we're good to go here. I'm going to show you an example what would not have that. So if I say what's the best YouTube retention advice, and yes, I know my channel is about this one, we see here, we don't really easily find things in the high millions. So the potential here for like really large viewership is a lot lower simply because we don't have a large total addressable market. And that's not always a bad thing, but you need to understand this depending to your channel. If you have a bigger channel, you have to look for content ideas with a large TAM. And if you're, let's say, a niche channel, then maybe this is considered a large TAM for you. No matter what you do, it kind of comes back to the same thing. We got our topic, format, and power words, and we figure out our outlier potential as well as our TAM. Now, that's the basics of a great title and the most common used strategy, but I want to finish this video a little bit with adding 2 practical ways to go about this one. 2 ways that people don't typically talk about. And these are ways to come up with your titles for your own videos. So the first method that you could use that is underrated is looking for small channels for outliers. And that's something that you can do by going to tools such as Playboard. And I'll show you another tool in a second as well for outliers. If we go here, we can search here. Let's say we go back to most expensive. Then once we're here, we can try to find videos or we can try to find channels, but let's stick on channels right now. And my goal isn't here to find that specific topic. It's just to find channels that have these potential outliers. So if we look here and we look for channels with subscribers 100 to 200K that have once touched on most expensive, and then we have views in the last 7 days, let's say 50,000 views here, we can find here a channel. It's 2 days ago, it uploaded a video and it has 60K views. That's 100K subscribers. I would never know about this channel. So let's go to this channel. So if you look in this channel, it's a channel that I would never know about, but if we look at this one, it's RS IRL Seats, and this guy, he uploads quite frequently, low sub count, but high views on a lot of its videos. And we can easily find outliers, the World Cup seats. I believe this is like an Indian currency. I don't know if you recognize it, but it uses a lot of viral outlier formats and topics and uses that in its own way. So that's one way to do it. And another way is to use tools such as Valio. So in this case, you can, search your concept, let's say most expensive. We can just find these outliers with these outlier scores. We see inside the world's most insanely expensive 7 billion yachts. It is 1.8 million views. The median, this normal views is 20K. So that's a very interesting one. We click on it, we go to the channel, and then we can see it's a small channel with extremely high outlier here. So we can see that, right? Normally it scores very low. And then here as well, expose the world's richest Indian woman in the world, 100K compared to its normal 1K, 2K views per video. What I'm trying to show you is just different methods that you could use, and there's tons of methods. I'll leave some links in the description to this. Also quickly, if you like what you're seeing and you're an established creator who wants to get more advice and more complex advice, feel free to go to millionviewclub.com. It is specifically catered to those who like the more advanced ways of thinking about YouTube content. And there's one more tactic that I really want to show because it could also help you with coming up with video ideas. And that is simply using what we call a comparative list. So let's say you don't have the data to figure out whether a format has potential or a title has potential. Well, in that case, you could just create a list of items. So imagine that I have this video here spending $1,000 on Minecraft product. Is that exciting? Is that not? We don't really know that one. Well, we start to understand how much potential it has once we put another idea right next to it. So let's say I bought the most dangerous Minecraft products. Here you can start judging, like I bought the most something. Seems to me that will have more viral potential or outlier potential just by looking at it, right? Not even using the data. And then second of all, when it comes down to Minecraft products, the most dangerous Minecraft products, this topic seems to just hit more. So in this case, I would go for the second one, so put that higher. Now, let's say I come up with another idea here. I bought all Minecraft perks on a server. Well, so let's take a look here, right? So I bought, seems like a very outlier potential format. All Minecraft perks, I don't know about that one. You know, I think here the total addressable market seems a little off. So here I'm just gonna rate it like that. And then when I create my videos, I know that, hey, I first want to do this one, then maybe this one, then maybe this one, if I want to repeat this idea. So sometimes, even if you don't use data, you can still think about its outlier potential and its total addressable market just by comparing it in a list of many ideas. And that's why you often see when a top creator shows this list of ideas, they'll have like 100 or 500 ideas in a single list, just to compare to others and that way figure it out and not always have to do the in-depth data analysis. So hopefully this taught you a little bit about the way that top creators think about titles, thumbnails, and if you're a top creator yourself, hopefully there were things that reminded you of what you should be doing, or even power words don't often get addressed when people talk about viral titles. So hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one.